You're listening to The Residential Movement, where the focus is on making in-home dental care normal instead of novel or niche. I'm your host, Dr. Ashley Robinson, a house call dentist with a lot of passion for reaching patients who are best served in their home or residence. I'm here to encourage, equip, and empower dentists like you to begin offering in-home dental services for patients who cannot get to the office, while also enjoying a more balanced work life. We discuss everything from dentistry, business, ethics, mindset, and more. Listen in to learn how you can become a part of the residential movement.
Hello there. If you're listening to this on the day it goes live, it's finally September. And I say finally because for one thing, fall is right around the corner, and I love the fall. Autumn in Western New York is beautiful. But the reason I'm most excited that it's finally September is because I think September is the best time of year to do some strategic work on your house call practice rather than working in your house call practice. That's right. The kiddos are back to school and you have to do some extra administrative work. I know we're not even in Q3 yet, but it's likely that when Q3 gets here, you'll be distracted by the holidays. So working on your practice now can set you up for the new year. So please, before it gets too busy, take a day off from seeing patients and work on your practice. On this day off, I want to advise you to do one specific activity. Do an audit of your house call practice. Evaluate your business progress and compare it to the goals you had for the year. Did you achieve your goals, or are you on track to achieve your goals? If you didn't, why not? Were they even the right goals for you? What changed throughout the year? What are your updated goals? It's important to set goals, but it's also important to make sure that they represent what you really want. So be honest with yourself here. When I did this, I had to level with myself for a minute. Having a baby threw a major wrench into all of my plans. When I thought through these questions, I realized that my goals really had changed since I made them. My priorities completely changed back in February when I became a mom, and now my income goals are secondary to my time goals. My time goal is to only spend so many hours away from my daughter, so I decided to book only 2 patient appointments every day. Naturally, that makes my income goals decrease. Of course, there are exceptions to the scheduling rule if there's an emergency or something, but for the most part, I've been able to work part-time since returning from maternity leave. Still, my assistant and I are heading into 2025 with some even more firm boundaries. I do think I'll be able to maximize time with my daughter in 2025, and I'm so grateful for that. If you're interested in understanding how to make your ideal dental house call schedule, visit residentialmovement.com/a-day-in-the-life to get my free ebook called A Day in the Life of a House Call Dentist. The beauty of a house call practice is that it's a very simple business plan. It's easy to implement changes that can allow for your ideal lifestyle. No need to discuss changes with your partners and wait months for your team to adjust. You can simply reflect, make decisions, and implement these changes quickly. But you can't make or implement changes if you aren't willing to take time off from your practice to evaluate your practice and lifestyle goals. So go do your audit now. If you implement changes now, I bet you'll see great progress in your practice before the end of the year, and that'll set up the momentum for success in 2025. Now, for those of you who aren't able to work on your practice because you still don't have a dental house call practice, you still need to take a day and work on your practice in September. This isn't a season of downtime for you. No matter where you are right now, you can still make some moves before 2025 that'll set you up for success. Take a day and make it an action day. At the earliest stages, you minimally need more information. If you're just learning about dental house call practices, invest some time in learning from previous episodes of this podcast. You can learn a lot at your own pace this way. I also realize you may need to discuss specific situations or ask questions that apply to your unique situation. So I want you to know that I recently opened up my calendar to virtually meet with listeners in the preliminary stages of researching or building their house call practices. Visit residentialmovement.com/office hours to schedule a virtual meeting with me. If you're past the preliminary stage and are ready to take action, I recommend enrolling in Dental House Call Practice Academy, or DHCPA. Dental House Call Practice Academy is the self-guided, comprehensive online course that I created to walk you step by step through building your own dental house call practice. There are dozens of modules that cover everything from forming a legal entity to shopping to best practices. It takes a little bit to work through, so make sure to enroll in Dental House Call Practice Academy today at residentialmovement.com/DHCPA. You'll be able to see some progress before the new year. Remember, I'm always here to help you out, so email me at hello@residentialmovement.com with any questions. Doing an audit or taking action this month will get your dental house call practice on the right track for the new year. I want you to be set up and ready to go because patients need you. So make this month your month of action. I really appreciate you listening to this episode of the Residential Movement Podcast. Your future patients and I are very grateful that you're considering this career path. Talk soon.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Residential Movement. If you like what you heard today, please leave a 5-star review and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share this with them. All of these actions help fuel the residential movement. Visit residentialmovement.com for show notes and for access to any links referenced in this episode. Thanks again for listening, Doc. Keep up the good work.